Welcome to the personal Tanya. Today is the fourth Shvat. In today's Tanya, our Rebbe defines Golus, which is exile. The exile that we are struggling to break free from in order to experience redemption. This is what's defined today in our Tanya. As the Alter Rebbe describes our personal cognitive dissonance as a state of exile, a state of golus. The perception of our hearts conflicts with the awareness of our eyes. When what you see is not what you get, that is a state of exile. You see, we live in a world where we have two souls within us. We have the godly soul, which is burning with a natural love of God, and then we have a natural soul, which is consumed with itself. What happens is choice. Our souls who originate in a place called of godliness by external perceptions. As human beings, we are impressed far more by what we see than what really is going on. This is the reason as human beings business marketing is so big. It doesn't actually matter what you're selling. What matters is how the message is being put across. Coca-Cola might be sugar water that's going to make you transforms. They're going to sell millions and millions of bottles. It's not what you say, but how that matters to us human beings, because we come from Clipa. And God puts us in a world where our godly soul and its burning love for God is hidden behind a facade, a mask, where we're experiencing the desires of our animal soul. We're far more going to choose the choices, the needs, the desires of our animal soul over those of our godly soul. And is the definition of a state of exile. It's a state of cognitive dissonance. On the inside, you're burning with love for God, but you can't express it because in a world of Clipa, in a world of superficiality, we choose what we see. We choose the easiest. We choose comfortable over that which is more important. We choose the urgent over that which is more important. The only difference between exile and redemption, in Hebrew, it's exactly the same word, is golus and geula. The only difference between those two Hebrew words is the letter aleph. The word geula, redemption, is gola, exile, with an aleph. The aleph, the Rebbe tells us, represents alefcha, which means wisdom or consciousness or awareness. When we are aware of the dissonance, when we are aware of our proclivity to choose the superficial, and then we're able to make the choice to choose what's deeper within, to choose truth over comfort, over ease. It's then that we blow the cover of the masquerade of exile. We are bringing redemption to ourselves, and we're bringing redemption to the entire world. This is the reason, Alter Rebbe explains in today's Tanya, that we forget the hidden love anytime that we're engaged in the pleasures of this world, because the pleasures of this world are easily accessible. The hidden love takes a little more effort. It's hidden deep within us. And that's why we're not going to go for the hidden love. The only time we will see the hidden love coming to the fore is at a time when it's clear, obvious, and apparent that we are denying our faith. When we're forced to choose between kissing the cross or the sword, it's then that you cannot deny the fact that kissing the cross is a violation of your godly soul, of your hidden love, and that is the only time that the hidden love comes to the fore. It's not hidden anymore because it's obvious that by choosing the cross, by choosing idolatry, by choosing to repudiate your faith, it's obvious then that you are denying your godly soul, you're denying your hidden love, and it's that moment that the hidden love becomes revealed. That hidden love is so powerful that even in the hearts of the wicked, about whom we've learned that their hearts control them, the folly vanishes like dark before light. The folly vanishes before truth. The Alter Rebbe uses an example of wax melting before the fire. So too it is that folly, stupidity, incoherence dissipates in the presence of truth, in the presence of wisdom. That's what King Solomon said, as we quoted earlier in Tanya, that truth reigns over folly like light, reigns over the darkness. And the effect of this hidden love coming to be revealed at a time when it's clear, obvious, and apparent that the wrong choice is going to violate the godly soul, is going to violate the hidden love, is going to cut one off from God. At that time, the hidden love becomes revealed so intensely that it even impacts your thought, speech, and action, the garments of your soul, causing the person to refuse to experience the sin of idolatry, even in thought, even in speech, or even in action. In other words, just to act like you're worshiping the idol, or just to speak like you're worshiping the idol, even without meaning it. The godly soul's hidden love is so powerful that it will not allow any expression of sin at that time. So once you've managed to unleash your hidden love in a situation of idolatry, it's then that the hidden love comes to be revealed. It's no more hidden, now it's revealed love. And you're actually able to reach a state of self-mastery, of controlling your thought, speech, and action, which is the role of the Beinoni. That's what the aspiration of the struggling Jew is to maintain his thought, speech, and action in the right way, as manifesting his godly soul, not his animal soul. And that's why this way, the hidden love, is the shortcut method to self-mastery. Whilst we learned earlier in Tanya that the long way to self-mastery is through meditation, the shortcut method of Tanya is by just remembering and arousing the hidden love within yourself. The question is, if we could figure out a way to weaponize this consciousness, if we could figure out a way to arouse this idolatrous consciousness within us, not only when we're facing a life or death situation, when somebody's holding a gun to your head and says, worship this idol or I'll kill you. But imagine if we could not only die for God, but figure out a way to live for God. If there was a way for us to be aware of this do or die experience, revealing the hidden love in multiple points in our day, if we could weaponize that consciousness, then we would be able to retro-engineer our superficiality, our Clipa consciousness, which is impressed by what we see, by realizing that everything that we see is actually a do or die moment, is a moment of acceptance of God or rejection from God. To do that, the next two chapters in Tanya, chapters 20 and 21, are going to reprogram our perception of reality, our Weltanschauung, our worldview. We're going to re-examine everything that we know about the universe to see it in a whole new light that will allow us to weaponize this consciousness, to be able to realize that every sin is effectively an act of idolatry, and how every mitzvah, even the smallest mitzvah or the smallest sin, is essentially an act of intimacy with God. There are no such thing as small mitzvahs and small sins. Every sin is a total cutoff, is a total idolatrous experience. And when we realize that awareness, we're able to live with a weaponized consciousness, that we're able to realize that every moment is a potential act of cutting ourselves off from God. With that awareness, the hidden love comes shining to the fore at all times. And that is where we're heading in the next two chapters of Tanya. That's the wrap for today. Let's try to apply. You can do this.